This video is brought to you by OneFootball, the one and only place to get all your football news. Hey guys, it's Gameface here and welcome back to episode 39 of our Manchester City career mode. Now in today's episode we're going to be playing 3 games. The first game is going to be against Sporting. As you can see here, it's the quarterfinals of the Champions Cup. It's the second leg as well. The first leg we lost 2-1, so this is a very important game with Sporting getting a 2-goal away advantage as well. So this could be a very, very tricky match for us. This could be the one that maybe knocks us out of the Champions League. We'll have to wait and see. We're having to come back from behind, so it's going to be a little bit tough. Then we've got a game against Tottenham. That's the semi-final of the FA Cup as well, so another big important game for us to play just 4 days later. And then Southampton as an away game for us to play in the Premier League as well. Just a few days after Tottenham, so plenty of games fit into just 1 week in today's episode. 3 matches to play, then we've got West Ham after that. I don't think we quite have enough time. We will probably end up simming that one though, to be honest. But let's crack on with today's episode. Before we do, if we could try and hit 75 likes, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead, smash the subscribe button as well down below, and that would be absolutely fantastic. I'd really appreciate it. Also, the comment of the day is as follows on screen right now. Thank you all so much for your comments. Don't forget to use the hashtag comment of the day and let me know of your thoughts on today's episode in the comments section below. Let's crack on and let's take a look at the team I'm going to play with. It's a very strong side, probably our strongest team as well that we can put out, to be honest. Otamendi comes in alongside John Stones here though. No Vincent Kompany in this team after he didn't play so well in the first leg. You can see the rest of the side they have out there, pretty happy with it. Obviously some good options on the bench, Mbappe and Jesus, just 2 of them. And before we get into this game, actually we do have, something to look at. Okay, so yeah, we've got an agreement for the Garcia sale. He'll be going to Aston Villa, £8.5 million. We'll quickly accept it actually before this game, make sure that can go through, and he could well be leaving come the summer. Okay, let's crack on with this game against Sporting. We've got to remember that we are currently 2-1 behind at the moment. They have the away advantage. We've got an opportunity in this game to get ourselves some away goals. 2 goals here would be enough to get us through into the next round. Of course, that would be if the opposition didn't score any goals themselves. Let's wait and see how we get on. Hopefully try and get ourselves into the semi-finals of the Champions League, I think it'll be. But for now, we've got to make sure we get ourselves back on level terms. And Raheem Sterling's going in behind here. Good early chance for Sterling. Oh, off the bar and in. And what a way to start the game inside 4 minutes. Raheem Sterling's done it. He's got us back on level terms, although Sporting are still winning on away goals at the moment, so we do need another one. But we've got ourselves 1 away goal back, and we're not even 4 minutes in yet. What a strike that is. Just a lovely ball over the top there from Sergio Aguero. Gets an assist himself, and Raheem Sterling runs through, smashes it off the bar and into the back of the net. You're not going to stop that. We are winning the game at 1-0. Come on, Otamendi, that's really bad. Just clear it. How many times did I have to press the button there? It still didn't clear it properly. Sterling again on the break. This time he'll look to Sergio Aguero. It's a great pass. Aguero on his left foot. Oh, it was a little bit of a wild shot, and they found the top left-hand corner, but it was a good save by the goalkeeper out for a corner here. 25 minutes into this game. Raheem Sterling will look for a delivery into Sané, who makes a late run and manages to head it down in a very bizarre manner. He's going to now try and turn out his Goretzka, and nearly managed to play it onto John Stones, but intercepted. No, hits the bar. So close there for the opposition. I think that was Bastos, was it, maybe going for the scissor kick? Not really too sure. Oh, but this is not good news. Goretzka's gone down. He's going to have to come off as well. And it's going to have to be a change. Not good at all. First it was De Bruyne, who actually has remained on the pitch, and now it's Goretzka. We've got to bring on Fabian Delph, try and bring a bit more pace into the midfield, but not ideal to have to make a change 34 minutes in. Bearing in mind, Sporting are still going through at this rate. Aguero, a ball through there to Raheem Sterling. It's a great pass. Sterling running through and shooting off the bar this time, but not going into the back of the net. And it still remains 1-0, 2-2 on aggregate. Sterling with a great chance to double our lead in this game and also double his goal tally as well, but unable to do it this time round. And just comes straight off the bar. No, 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 no. Got to defend better than that. What are you doing? It's 1-1, just before half-time as well. 3-2 and Sporting have got themselves another goal. 3-2 in aggregate, 1-1 on this game. That means even if we score now, it will go into extra time and penalties. We needed to We need to keep a clean sheet in this game. We haven't managed to do that. At the moment, we're making things tough for ourselves. Not defending very well at all. Really disappointing performance in this episode. Got to try and step things up in the second half in particular. Still a little bit of time left, but the whistle will probably be blown any second now. And it's an injury to Sterling as well. On top of that, fantastic news. Okay, Sterling off, Mbappe to come on now. Didn't expect to have made both my changes before half-time. So frustrating, picking up a couple of injuries in this game. I thought we'd managed to get away with most of our injuries this season, but, you know, picking up a couple in this game is not going to help at all. We have had De Bruyne have an injury this season. We've had a couple of other players as well. De Bruyne's was probably the worst, but frustrating to get another 2 just in this match. It's half-time, it's 1-1, and we're struggling at the moment, to be honest. We're struggling, and at the moment, Sporting is still going through. Aguero over to Mbappe, who's got obviously fresh legs now in behind the left back. Mbappe still going, wasn't able to get there, but Sané gets on the end of it and head it out for a goal kick. Or not, a corner, we'll take that. De Bruyne now going to put it into the middle. Good ball in, Messi's in there though, and why is Messi even in there? Of course she'll hold back Mendy though, but Messi will be in the box to challenge for it. De Bruyne playing a little flick, punched away well. De Bruyne still has it, Mendy, this is more like it. Sané needs some support, he's coming inside now. Sané going to look for a pass, gets brought down, it's going to be a penalty, and it's been a terrible challenge there from the defender. It gets a yellow card as well. Sané causing him some issues. We've got ourselves a penalty here. Good chance to get ourselves in front in this game on level terms overall. We're going to give this one to Sergio Aguero. We're going to see whether we can finish it off. Going to go for the bottom left. Let's see where it ends up. Oh, it does just about. Not the greatest of penalties, but we'll take it. 2-1, 3-all now on aggregate. At the moment, we're going into extra time and penalties. But we do need one more. One more would give us a hell of an advantage now, because they wouldn't, even if they were to score themselves, they wouldn't be able to go through. They'd need 2 more goals if we were to get one more ourselves. So, obviously got to try and do that. Hopefully we can. There's a little bit of time left as well. De Bruyne. Looking for Mbappe, makes a run inside, that's brilliant for Mbappe, running through, and he pokes it past the keeper, that's the 3rd away goal. That should be enough, it's 4-3 now, and we've managed to just 5 minutes later give ourselves a 2-goal advantage in this game, but a 4-3 lead overall in the tie, with 3 away goals as well. 25 minutes left, and now Sporting need 2 goals to go through, and that is going to be very tricky for them, but still 25 minutes to go, anything can happen, as I always say, and Mbappe just comes inside really well here, flicks it just past the goalkeeper with his left foot, and gets wiped out at the same time, but we'll happily take it. 3-1, and we've got ourselves a better lead now to get us through. Messi going to shoot from range here. Oh, off the post. It might have taken a slight deflection, or it might have just curled. It was difficult to tell, but it's a great strike from Messi. I just thought I'd give it a go there, and nearly found the back of the net. Final change, Messi off, Gabriel Jesus to come on. We're going to put Aguero at centre attacking mid now, and we'll see how that goes. A little bit risky maybe to bring on another striker so late on, but we're going to do it anyway, just because I think we need a little bit more height, a little bit more strength going forward. Messi's obviously struggling in that department a little bit. It was tempting to bring on Yaya Toure, but we're not going to quite go as defensive as that. We still want to try and have a threat on the counter-attack. And it's a good save by Edison. That would have changed things if he'd found the back of the net there, the striker. Good chance for them. Still 15 minutes or so left, and we're going to defend this corner. Hopefully we can. Well played from Mbappe. Oh, ball through here to Jesus. Well played from Sergio Aguero. Gabriel Jesus going to look to put the game to bed. And he does. He's poked it past the keeper. It's happened again. It's 5-3 now on aggregate. 4-1 in this game. And we've given ourselves a 3-goal lead in this tie. And overall a 2-goal lead as well. Very, very happy about that. 5 minutes left. Jesus finishes off the game. The substitute with a good little poke past the keeper. Not too dissimilar to Mbappe's, except from probably the opposite side. Mbappe's obviously his left foot as well. But the keeper has no chance in stopping that. And we are winning the game. 4-1 in this match, and I think 5-3 in aggregate now. Sané running forward, can we add to the scoreline again? Oh, saved by the goalkeeper. We could have played across to Mbappe, but it didn't quite happen, and Jesus now going to keep hold of it and hopefully try and get the build-up play right again. Oh, over to Leroy Sané, going to play it across, this time to Aguero, but saved again. I think I might have forgotten to mention that the game was over. We finished the game. We're into the next round. How did I manage that? But yeah, we won the game anyway. We won the match 4-1, 5-3 in aggregates. We're into the next round, which is the semi-finals now. So very happy to see that happen. Obviously a great comeback overall. We do have some emails to take a look at also as well. You can see here Raheem Sterling out for 8 weeks, dislocated shoulder. That's terrible news for us. And we've also got Goretzka out with the exact same injury as well. Not good at all. Okay, now on to the next game against Tottenham. This is the semi-final of the FA Cup, so obviously an important game to help us try and get to the final. We've made a few changes to the team because it's only 4 days later, so we have brought in Jesus, Mbappe, Bernardo Silva, Company, and Gula, I think, as well. So a few changes to the side. We've obviously still got some of the players that played in the last game also starting as well. You can see the bench here. Gundogan, City also come onto the bench. We do have Sterling, Goretzka obviously missing out due to injury. Let's see exactly how we get on. Hopefully get ourselves into the next round. It might be be a two-legged thing, hopefully not. Hopefully it's just one fixture. We'll wait and find out, though, exactly how we get on in this game. Just got to try and win. Just got to try and win. Okay, let's see how we get on at Wembley for this game against Tottenham. Hopefully going to get ourselves a victory. It's going to be a tough game. I imagine it's going to be another difficult one, probably because defensively we're not doing too well at the moment. I don't know why we seem to go through a spell of being just pretty poor in defence. We conceded only one goal in that last game, but still didn't really look particularly stable, which is very strange because we have actually had a good defence this season, so not really too sure what's gone on with that. But yeah, certainly need to try and improve it if we can in the remaining games of today's episode. De Bruyne will come forward now, hopefully not getting himself injured as well. De Bruyne going to shoot and surely a block, I think, in there. Certainly saved by Lloris. And out for a corner just 5 minutes in. De Bruyne going to deliver this as well. He picks something out of the front post, maybe. Gets flicked onto Company. He might win that. And Sané followed up, and it was cleared away really well, actually. Not too sure who it was. Maybe Nkudu. But really well defended by him. Still got the ball. Still got a chance, but it's over. Go on, ball through there to Mbappe. Gets brought down. Come on, ref. That's got to be something. Really? You're trying to tell me you got the ball there? And you're trying to tell me it came off my guy as well? Oh, come on. Mbappe running forward to look for that ball into the back post. It's found Messi. Messi takes a touch, shoots and saved by Lloris. And unfortunately wasn't able to find the back of the net for us. Oh, well played. De Bruyne now running forward. De Bruyne on his left foot. Again saved by Lloris. Sané wins it back. Gabriel Jesus over to Mbappe, but cut out so well again. Spurs just seem to be really good at sort of defending with the last-ditch sort of challenges. It's very frustrating that it hasn't quite opened up for an opening goal just yet. We are getting close, but at the moment not quite managing to find the back of the net. De Bruyne, oh, that's it, that's the goal just before half-time. It's Kevin De Bruyne who scores with 3 minutes left of the first half. Fantastic finish. It's from miles away as well. Maybe sort of gets Lloris by surprise a little bit because he certainly doesn't seem to be in the right position. He dives forward, but he can't quite get there. He's too far off his line, I think, in the end. And Kevin De Bruyne smashes it home into the back of the net. Messi with a good bit of skill there, keeping on the ball. Jesus also does the same as well. And it's a great finish. Lloris just seems to be too far over to his left-hand side for some reason. Allows De Bruyne loads of space to blast it into the right-hand side. And we've opened the scoring here with 3 minutes left of the first half. Half-time, still won the game 1-0. Obviously very happy to see ourselves leading this game, and at the moment going through into the next round at Wembley. We've had Tottenham not play particularly well, to be honest. They've done well defensively, not done particularly well going forward. Not had that many shots, just one, I think it's said on the stats there. So you can really see who's on top, you can see who's dominating, and you can see at the moment deserves to go through to the next round. Hopefully going to be able to extend our lead as well, though, because you know what opposition can always do. They can always come back into every single game. All they need is just one chance. Chance for Tottenham, good save, Addison. We come into this game now, the last 5 minutes, so, you know, it's one of those situations where you've just got to try and keep things tight, so you've got to try and just weather the storm a little bit, because Tottenham now starting to have 1 or 2 more chances than they had the whole of the first half, which isn't good for us, but if we can defend properly, make sure we don't concede, then that will obviously help us out massively. Tottenham coming through, I thought we conceded. It was close, but luckily for us, it still remains 1-0. Harry Kane running through, and that's the goal. This is what I mean, really. They've not done anything until the start of the second half, and had a couple of good chances, nothing too massive, especially not compared to how we dominated in the whole of the first half. And yeah, Harry Kane pops up with a goal here. It's not good defending, though, so we can have a go at the fact that Tottenham have barely done anything, but ultimately it's just terrible defending. Midfield and defence are completely out of sync. Don't know what John Stones and company are doing. Also the issue with Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva there, they are all over the place. So when you have that front, that sort of back four, if you like, I mean that central back four as in the midfielders and the centre-backs, when you have those guys all over the place, you just end up with huge gaps opening. When that happens, obviously players are going to run through and score like Harry Kane did. First 2 changes, Foden and Yaya Toure to come on. We're going to take off Bernardo Silva and Messi. Probably not the 2 players you'd expect to be taking off, especially when you need a goal, but we're going to do it anyway. Messi getting quite tired, Bernardo Silva on a booking, and also sort of looking like he might well get himself sent off the way that we sort of like to play in that midfield, which is with some, you know, pretty hefty challenges. So we'll see what happens anyway. Yaya coming on, also Phil Foden, the youngster as well, centre attacking mid. He has played pretty well there off the bench at times, so hopefully he can do in this game as well. Looking for a great switch there is Kyle Walker over to Leroy Sané, but it's cut out so well by the defender. Look at Aurier, is the right back. If only we could have got him behind there, that would be really good for us. But Tottenham at the moment turning up the pressure a little bit. We're still looking a little bit weak in many areas, particularly centrally. We're not looking good at all. And we're struggling to stretch the defence as much as we'd hope. But Jesus with a great chance here now. Going to play it across to Mbappe. It has to be a goal. It's saved, put off the post and in. It's so fluky with 9 minutes left. We've got ourselves the goal to put us back in front, and it's Mbappe who does it. It's ended up being saved by Lloris, but onto the post and going in. And we've restored our lead. 9 minutes left. Okay, we're going to have to really just defend now. Let's make some changes. Okay, Leroy Sané comes off. We're going to bring on City. Obviously, change formation to a 4-1-4-1. Jesus will rain up front, but Foden now going on to the left-hand side and giving us more sort of the strength and pace in the midfield there, in the centre mid positions, with Mbappe on the right-hand side as well. 9 minutes to go. Going to try and just defend now, I think, for the final some 9 minutes or so. We can't really afford to keep on attacking the way that we are. Tottenham are inevitably going to throw loads of players forward, so we're going to have to prepare for that. And yeah, just hopefully try and sit tight and get through and hopefully get into the next round, which is the final, of course. Chance here for Tottenham, blocked by Stones and cleared away as well as far as Mbappe. And we can't keep the ball there. That's disappointing. Good chance still for Tottenham to put the ball back in. I've absolutely hacked him down there. 3 minutes to go, and the goal scorer will get himself a booking. I think Dele Alli's just come on here for Tottenham. Strange to be bringing on just now. Surely you would have started him, but that's terrible from Edison. Comes out in no man's land, and luckily we've managed to clear it away. Jesus heads it down to Yaya Toure, who's still going. He's still fighting. Yaya Toure can't quite keep hold of it, though. And he will keep going, but unfortunately unable to keep hold of the ball. And Ekudu now looks to try and create something. Stone's still going, blocked, and out for a corner. 2 minutes added on. Goalkeeper's come up as well. If we can keep hold of the ball, if we can clear it, then we should be able to get ourselves a bit of a counter-attack going. Although saying that, seems like Marin's stayed back there. Well played, Company. That is brilliant. And that is it. We're into the final, hopefully, unless there's a second leg, of course, but pretty sure there isn't. That should be us now into the final of the FA Cup. Beating Tottenham 2-1. A closer match than I'd like to have been, of course, but Tottenham playing quite well, actually, in the sort of the start of the second half. Pretty poor first half from them. We should be, 2 goals at least in front after that first half. It didn't happen, but we do luckily get ourselves, that second goal wins us the game through Mbappe, and we got ourselves into the final. And that final should be against Leeds, judging by that. Unless, of course, there's a second leg, which I'm not really too sure how it works in the FA Cup. I don't think there is. So it should be against Leeds in the final of the FA Cup. Very bizarre fixture to have got, but they're through. That's good news. And obviously the team I support has got themselves to the final. It's going to now be difficult to go and beat them. I mean, it should be fairly easy, but it's going to be difficult to beat the team I support. Okay, so what we're going to do with the final 2 games of today's episode is we're actually going to sim them both. So the game against Southampton is going to be simmed, as well as the game against, I think it's West Ham after that as well. We've got a game against Tottenham to also play next episode, though that's going to be the semi-final of the Champions Cup. So interesting that it's them that we're coming up against yet again in another cup competition this time round. So we're interested to see how we do against that. It is Leeds in the final of the FA Cup as well, so that should be an interesting game. But since we've won the Premier League, there's no real point in us playing the games, to be honest. So we are going to sim this one through the calendar, and hopefully no big injuries, and then we'll sim the other one just obviously through the usual routes, and hopefully get ourselves victories in both games. Let's see exactly. It's a 1-1 draw against Southampton. Pretty disappointing. On to the game against West Ham now. This is the team going to go. There's plenty of changes. Virtually all the players changed, to be honest. Company, I think, does remain on their side, and other than that, it's probably very similar to the last team we put out. But it's going to be the final game of today's episode against West Ham. Hopefully getting ourselves a victory. Game against Tottenham in about 4 days' time. So that obviously means we have gone with a slightly weaker team, especially with us already winning the Premier League title. We'll skip the game. We've drawn again 1-1. That's very strange. 2 1-1 draws in both the games that we simmed to end today's episode. A little bit disappointed. I was hoping to pick up 3 points in both those games because our teams are clearly good enough despite there being so many changes, but just haven't been able to get the results that we're hoping for. And that means we've got a game against Tottenham now to play. I think it'll be 2 games against Tottenham. In fact, next episode, both legs will be played next time round. But for now, we will be ending things with some player drills here. We're going to keep things the same, I think, here. Although next episode we'll probably end up changing things up now that Foden's at 80 overall. And Diaz is so close, so we might just add a couple more drills to him as well. But that pretty much concludes today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 75 likes on today's episode, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well down below. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And don't forget to also leave a comment using the hashtag comment of the day in the comment section below to get yourself potentially featured in the next episode of the Man City career mode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.